All right, hey, welcome back to my C# devlog. This is week 34. We're getting really close to the end of the year at this point. Just a couple months left, and then the video diary will be done, at least, I guess, this year of it. So, last week I had said I was getting back into the groove of things. We kind of rearranged our weeknights so that we could start to, do our hobby projects and everything again, and that's a work in progress. Stuff comes up like your cell phone carrier committing Harry Carey and causing a whole bunch of issues. But I got to code for 3 nights and a weekend morning so far this week. That was more or less the intended distribution, and I made progress. I'm still only doing like 1 to 2 videos per session, but other than a little bit of a blip with TextMeshPro's syntax, which I just haven't used in a couple of months and I forgot how it worked, it's kind of been smooth sailing. So I'm going to show off the state of my Royal Run tutorial. I'll talk a little bit as I go, but I'm not going to keep this very long. I just want to show it off, document the progress, and yeah. So, whoop, it's not a Lion-born video. That's a different venture. All right, here we go. So, this is Royal Run at this point. So you can see I've got a little bit of an anime speed effect. Woo! When you speed up, you have to hit an apple to speed up, which then actually makes the objects start to change. And also, he stumbles. And the FOV is going to come into about, what are you? Cinemachine 50. 50 is the minimum. So, a couple things that happened this week. I guess I'll play as I talk. I started. Ooh, we're really slow. Maybe that minimum speed is simply too slow. I started using clamps to solve like min-max problems, and I had a funny little run-in with the instructor, or the TA. Oh my goodness! In the course, this is going to be bad. The TA in the course was like, nope, clamps they don't return the minimum value. You're using it wrong. And then like 2 videos in, the actual instructor is like, so anyway, we're going to switch to a clamp because it's more performant. And that was pretty vindicating. Man, those apples are far a long way away. Why don't we restart? There we go. Let's get some zoom going. So yeah, I started using clamps for myself in a way that was it was kind of natural. Of like I saw, oh look, he's doing like a min max problem, and I was like, oh okay, I guess I could do an if and then another if, or an if and an if then, or an if else rather. But I was like, why don't I just clamp it? And that was basically what I had asked the instructor is, how come, like, why aren't we using clamp? Or not the instructor, but the TA. Why aren't we using clamp? And I got that kind of slightly bizarre answer, but whatever. So anyway, I used clamp for the gravity. I used clamp for the movement speed, and I used it for a couple other things here and there. I also got, it's very difficult to see at this speed. Let me slow the game down. Doot, doot. Every second it resets so he can stagger. You can see the coins rotating. That's on me. I did all that on my own. It's not huge, but I had figured out the rotation to get the coins moving so that the game was just more enjoyable to look at. That card is going to be an issue. Yeah, that does happen once in a while. There we go. Once the gravity gets higher, or rather lower, it starts busting stuff out of the way. So, but yeah, we have a little bit of a game here, right? There's a gameplay loop. I more or less understand what's going on. The big change was we started talking about dependency injection and using an init, which reminded me of Python, using init when you create objects, classes in Python to pass in the dependencies. I don't think I had done that outside of a C# constructor in like, I don't know, 2 or 3 months. I had tried building constructors, but the model behavior doesn't want to play nice with it, so I didn't know what the right way to do that was, and the answer was it was an init method, and that's something that it's something that I just added to it this morning. So this is a little bit messy. We're starting to use tooltips. Hopefully, hopefully this is visible. But we have it's not on this one. This is kind of like the master class where all of the references or the dependencies are provided. And then the level generator spawns, among other things, it spawns chunks. And the chunks do have dependencies. In fact, it has 2. Level generator, which is reference to this, and then score handler. And we just grabbed a reference to score handler outside. I think I did it as a serialized field. But I could do it here too. I could go get or find component by type. But anyway, so these get passed down to when I instantiate the apple. And the apple passes in the level generator because that controls the speed. So it allows the apples to talk to the level generator to throttle the speed, and then the coins talk to the score handler, which is in the UI. So when I instantiate, for example, coins, as I have it up here, I have just, here's the dependency, nothing else is provided, and then this is the old method where we were finding first object by type, but as one can see, you have to do that a whole bunch. You have to query a whole bunch to find all of those. I can see why that's not performant. Here, I just call the init method, and I just say, okay, this score handler, when you need it, is now called score handler. And that happens right here. So I instantiate the coin, and then I immediately call the method to init it so that it has the part that it needs, the dependency that it needs. And there you go. So that is dependency injection, at least in C#, as I understand it, with about 45 minutes worth of practice. But I'm having a good time. I'm getting near the end of this course. I'm going to switch. I do capture gameplay here. I should be able to capture gameplay. I think this will work. Yeah. So Royal Run is 5 hours 46 minutes. I have 24 of 38 complete. And this is going to be neat, this next one, that I might work on it tonight. But the time loss and win conditions is something I have not played with. So far to this point, the lane pickups and lane detection, that logic was very new to me. I had started to figure out how to trigger animations on my own in my Rubicon games. So this wasn't really new. Inheritance was interesting, but not new. It was just it was very well explained. Particle system I've been playing with, so not a lot of new stuff in here, up until kind of dependency injection, which is something I've been trying to figure out for a bit, but didn't really feel like I totally understood. Now, after that video and after playing with it and setting it up, I feel like I comprehend it better. So far, this has been like an interesting project in that I did not care about the product. I don't like infinite runners. I'm not drawn to them at all. But because so much of it is done programmatically in the code, it has allowed me to use a lot of those C# skills that I had. I mean, you can see if we go to like the number of scripts, I'll just back up to scripts. It's not that many. Here's the rotation for each of the objects. I don't even think anything's using that anymore. I think that was my original stab at it. But if I recall from Apple, well, maybe not. Maybe it does have rotation on it. Let's see. Let's look at my prefab. Prefabs, Apple pickup. Oh no, yeah, it is in the Apple script somewhere. Okay, so nothing's even using that script then. We've got that. We've got a couple for the player's camera control, player animation control, player collision, and player controller itself, which is the controls on the player. And then we've got a couple procedural ones, level generator, obstacle destroyer, which is a very simple script. It just says on trigger, destroy. I don't even know why it needs to be on its own thing. And then obstacle spawner. So very simple, very straightforward. And then for UI, only the score handler at this point because I don't have the time up there. That I think we're going to do in the next two videos. So that's it. It's been kind of a fun week. I'm thinking I'm going to finish this course, or this unit, I suppose, by next weekend. That's my anticipation because I'm starting to pick up my pace again, and some of these videos are very short. Like, look at this, beautified checkpoint, 2 minutes, checkpoint increase time, 2 minutes or 5 minutes. Music and camera noise, I already know how to do that. That's not a big deal. So, and then the final one's not even really a video. It's just a final check-in. So I've got 11 videos left, maybe an hour and a half's worth of video content on the upper end. So maybe about 3 hours worth of work, and I've got 3 hour-long periods coming up this week. So I think I'm going to be done with it. And at this point, excuse me, my mind is just on shooting my way through the sharpshooter course because it's an FPS, which is similar to what it is that I like to do or that I'm thinking about building. And I want to see more about like pickups, overloads, overlapping sphere. I think I understand how that works out for like grenades. So yeah, the event system, I don't know anything at all about. And again, there's a win condition. So Once I'm done with these, then it's going to be time to regroup and think and plan, because I do have other resources, but it might be time for some exploratory learning. So that's it. That's my week 34. I am going to get out of here. I'm going to go play with the girls because I've been kind of working all morning, and it's time to go do something else and stretch my legs. So that's it. I'm Coach T. If you like the video logs, if you like C#, if you like Unity, subscribe. I'll be back next weekend, and I don't think there's any other like big videos coming out. It was kind of automated for quite a bit there. So, yeah, probably not. All right. See ya. We hit the wrong button. We hit the wrong button. We hit the wrong button. Go.